My favorite brother this morning.
I thought I was your work husband.
Well, don't want to mess that up.
Okay, food insecurity for Utah families could get worse with potential cuts to the nutritional program, or SNAP. Also, the threat of tariffs might cause grocery bills to go up.
That's a bad combo. We have Gina Cornia here, who's the executive director of Utahns Against Hunger, and you are a huge resource for Utahns who have food insecurity.
Well, we hope we are.
Yeah.
And yes, and thank you for having me this morning. So one of the things that we do is information and referral. We can help people find resources at community food pantries in their, in their own neighborhoods. We can also help them get information about programs like WIC and school meals and SNAP, as you were saying, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
Okay, so 1 in 8 households here in Utah experiencing food insecurity.
Yeah,
It's
really
quite a bit.
meaning, it's like over 400,000 people and over almost 150 households. People every day who are unsure how they're going to feed their families. And as you mentioned, it is likely to get worse in the coming years.
I was out at the food bank yesterday for our service day, and Jeanette Bott was telling me that the demand is the highest it's ever been.
It's ever been. And so, so now you're looking at, the possibility of tariffs increasing the cost of food, and especially produce. A lot of produce comes from other countries.
Right.
And then the reconciliation bill in Congress has recommended a $230 billion cut to the agricultural budget. And and it's over 10 years.
Okay.
But what we're hearing is that will largely come from SNAP. And the only way for those kind of cuts to be achieved is to cut benefits.
Right.
Okay, so Utahns Against Hunger are also collaborating with the Crossroads Urban Center, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're really excited. We're doing a little hunger hike. We're going to start at the federal building, and we'll talk about the impact of potential federal cuts. Then we'll walk over to Harmon's, talk about grocery prices, and then another block to Hildegard's Pantry to talk about the role that pantries play in solving food insecurity.
Okay, have to point out your earrings.
Yes,
A spoon and a fork. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Of course, because it's Utahns Against Hunger. And
Did you make those?
I did not. I bought them from a lovely artist.
Oh my gosh. So people rely on food pantries, churches, and federal programs.
Yes.
And is the combination working?
It is. I mean, and what we know is that the SNAP program plays a really huge role in people's ability not only to put food on the table, but to work. I mean, they have that resource if they're in a low-wage job. It helps your health outcomes, and it contributes to the economy. For every dollar of SNAP that is spent, that generates $1.70 in economic activity. So it is a huge deal. And we want to make sure that our congressional delegation is thinking about their constituents and the ones who might go hungry because of the decisions they make.
And there are probably folks who are going hungry, but maybe pride gets in the way. They don't really want to tell anybody or show up somewhere to get help.
Happens.
Yeah.
That absolutely happens. And that's part of the barrier that we, as a community, as a state, that we need to break through those barriers and help people understand that there are times we need help, that yes, it is difficult to ask for help. I'm a prideful person. It's hard for me to ask for help, so I understand. But if we can get people to just take that step, I mean, it would relieve so much stress. I think about young moms or elderly folks who just don't have those resources and, watering down the milk to make it last another day. I mean, it really is heartbreaking to talk to folks who just are doing what they need to do. They're working, they're taking care of their kids, and groceries are just out of reach.
Well, there's always a stigma,
Yes.
but we've overcome a few. Cancer,
Yes.
you never even talked about it. Mental health,
Yeah.
we're talking about it now, and hunger.
Maybe the same thing's got to happen
real.
there too.
Yes,
And it might
does.
be temporary.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, but you can ask for help.
Yes.
It's just right now I'm in a pinch and I need a little help.
Yeah. And the average length of stay on a program like SNAP is 9 months. I mean, most people don't stay on forever.
Okay. And we did a story, our Eye on Your Money report was about some of the SNAP cards being ripped off. The people are scamming people who need help the most.
Yeah.
I talked to a woman a couple of weeks ago. She called, and she was, that kind of crying where it's just like she couldn't even catch her breath. And she had $760 skimmed off her card. And until December 20th, there was federal money to replace those funds. But when they reauthorized the budget, when they did the continuing resolution, that money wasn't included.
Okay.
Wow.
So no, it's not going to get
right.
replaced.
They just
even
have
if
to
it's
wait till
stolen.
their next month's allotment, and
in the meantime, they need you.
Yes.
Okay, so the bottom line here, where can people go to get help?
They can go to our website at uah.org. It's super easy to get there. We have a little calculator that helps you determine if you're eligible for SNAP, and then a link to the application. We have information about school meals. And we're working on promoting 2 really amazing programs that are starting this year. One is Sunbucks, which will give families, and this is particularly helpful in rural communities, an EBT card with $40 per child per month. So it's about $120 a month for the summer. And then the one, my favorite, is the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program.
Oh.
Seniors can get $50 in vouchers to spend at participating farmers markets. We will get the outreach information out, but it is so, we field so many calls, and talking to the seniors who call us for information is like the favorite part of my day.
Well, and it's fresh, healthy
Yes.
produce,
Yeah.
local,
Yes.
and
Yep.
local businesses,
Yep.
supporting
And-
local businesses.
Yep. It's such a great program.
Okay, so that's where people can go to get help. What if we do have some people who want to help?
They can call us too. Because we can refer them to a pantry in their community that they can donate to, or volunteer. And
You're
they
just
can
a
just
distributor.
call. Yep, and
You're
they
the
can,
resource.
Yes,
Okay.
They can call us, and we can help people find those resources.
All right.
Well, Gina, thank you very much.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
being
Thank
with
you.
us.
I'm so thrilled to be
Yeah.
here. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we
Good luck.
shed light on problems like this.
Yes, well, and this
that,
is-
that are fixable.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is absolutely a fixable problem.
Okay. Thanks for your help.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks so
thank you.
much.
Yeah.
We're going to take a